Have you ever dared to challenge the paranormal? Do you think you're brave enough to face what lurks in the shadows? That's precisely the mistake Giuseppe DiMarco made in 2007, and it's a decision he has lived to regret. At that time, Giuseppe was a police officer patrolling the streets by night and a paranormal investigator exploring the unseen by day. He had been investigating the otherworldly for a decade, often utilizing his night shifts to capture images and EVP recordings in historic or reputedly haunted locations. One fateful night, Giuseppe found himself on a college campus, in an auditorium dating back to 1870. He snapped photos capturing orbs, but an uneasy feeling gnawed at him. He felt watched, scrutinized by unseen eyes. In a moment of bold defiance, he challenged the entity, demanding it to reveal itself or do something to him. Little did he know, he was about to learn a chilling lesson. In the following weeks, he returned to the auditorium, repeating his challenge. Yet nothing seemed to respond. However, the calm was merely the precursor to a storm that was brewing. When his shift switched from nights to days, Giuseppe found himself in a high-rise building. Standing at the edge of the roof, he savored the city's view. But then, something eerie happened. His legs began to shake, and an invisible force seemed to be coaxing him towards the edge. It felt as if something was seizing control of his legs, attempting to make him jump. With a clear mind, Giuseppe backed away, shaken and bewildered. He realized then that he was not alone, that an entity had accepted his challenge and was now vying for his life. This invisible tormentor haunted Giuseppe for a year, manipulating his emotions and instigating a fear of heights that lingered for years. In his struggle to regain control, Giuseppe turned to his faith, reading the Bible daily and using it as a shield against the malicious entity. After leaving the police department in 2008, his life gradually returned to normal. But the memories of that haunting experience have never faded. Giuseppe DiMarco's chilling story serves as a stark warning to us all. Never challenge the paranormal, for we are often ignorant of the true forces we're dealing with. The consequences could be more terrifying than you ever imagined. Remember, not all that lurks in the shadows is benign, and sometimes it's best to let sleeping demons lie.
In the quiet calm of a summer morning, an encounter with an unspeakable evil forever shattered my mundane reality. My perception of the world, once filled with the benign and the familiar, was irrevocably tainted. This is a tale that even now sends shivers of dread creeping down my spine, a tale of an encounter with a demonic entity. In the prime of my youth, I was a believer of the spectral, yet the demonic was something I dismissed as mere fantasy. Little did I know, my beliefs were about to be challenged on a day as mundane as any other. The morning sun was casting its warm glow on the world as I prepared for another day at work. My faithful companion, my dog Mia, was across the street, her back towards me. Calling out her name, I expected her to come bounding towards me, her tail wagging in eager anticipation. But instead, she turned slowly, and what met my eyes was a sight so horrifying it froze me in my tracks. What I saw was no longer my beloved Mia. Her face was a twisted mockery of what it once was, radiating a palpable sense of malevolence that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. Her eyes held a sinister gleam, an alien presence that made my blood run cold. I fumbled with my keys, my hands shaking as I tried to unlock my car. In a panic, I drove around the block, my heart pounding in my chest. Dialing my mother's number, I told her to bring Mia inside, but the words that escaped her lips chilled me to my core. Mia was at home, safe and sound. Returning to the scene, the demonic entity was nowhere to be found. Despite searching for 20 long minutes, there was no trace of the evil that had taken the form of my beloved pet. This encounter, brief as it was, left a lasting impact on my beliefs. The line between the spectral and the demonic blurred, and my dismissal of such entities as mere fantasy was replaced with a chilling realization. There exists a realm beyond our understanding, a realm that occasionally bleeds into our reality, shattering our mundane existence with its terrifying presence. In the quiet calm of a summer morning, I encountered an unspeakable evil, and in the aftermath, I was left with a chilling revelation that the demonic does not just exist in tales and legends, but in the world that surrounds us. And sometimes, it wears a familiar face,